Hey Cancer, this is Revan, otherwise known as Cosmic Alignment, and this is your weekly forecast for the week of January 7 to the 13th of 2019. So in this forecast, for the first part, I'm going to go over the major planetary energies that we'll be all feeling as a collective. And then in the second part, I'm going to go ahead and contextualize these major energies as experienced by the archetype of Cancer. Now, of course, having your own natal chart would even further personalize these interpretations, but just knowing your sun, moon, or Aries forecast would be pretty sufficient and give you a pretty accurate idea as to the energies that will be impacting you personally, or how they'll be impacting you personally. So let's get into it, Cancer. So this is the first part of this forecast. This week we see again a Capricorn stellium. We see Mercury, the logical mind, our thinking in Capricorn, very business oriented, very down to earth and grounded. Saturn, the sun, Pluto, South Node. We see what, 1, 2, 3, 4 planets. This is 40% of the cosmos. Let your intuition sit with that. Capricorn is the ambitious businessman that wants to get things done. Very practical, pragmatic, down to earth and centered. Very, very pragmatic. There's no idealism, no big grandiose ideology. There is what's practical and what's concrete. So this energy is still carrying us forward into this week. And it's interesting to note that this Friday, which is 1/11, by the way, we have a really eventful Friday, 1/11. First of all, I want to note that the sun, the spirit, the creative energy within the cosmos, the heartbeat, will be conjunct Pluto, the underworld, evolution, death, rebirth, and the underworld. This is signaling that there is an emphasis, a deep, deep desire and emphasis on embodying our purpose, on seeking complete metamorphosis of self. And also, we are wanting to go ahead and actualize our purpose out in society in some type of sociological, cultural context, while we're being pushed and urged to embody our truth in our uniqueness in society, in our culture, in and integrating our uniqueness into this matrix and transforming and evolving it, especially us Pluto, Scorpio generation. If you were born from November 1985 to November 1995, this is you, Pluto Scorpio generation is here to completely redo what it means to be a human working in this career in a cultural, sociological context. We're here to transmute Scorpio, the underworld of our ancestry and our culture and society. We are the byproduct of what came before us, and we're here to transform it, transmute it for the next generation, which is you guys, Pluto Sag, you starseeds, channeling and downloading all that incredible wise information and knowledge. Well, we're prepping the world for you, Pluto Scorpio. So anyways, sorry I went on a little rant there, but this Pluto and Sun conjunction is really just a reflection of like this deep undertone of wanting evolution and transformation right now. This Capricorn stellium, this very down-to-earth pragmatic energy, and this Pluto Sun in Cap as well, Capricorn, landing the same week is correlated because all this energy has to do with the bottom line. It is as if we got to a point where we now realize that we're not going to move forward unless we use our own personal will to really take control of our lives and mold and create our destiny by the strength of our own will. Our purpose and destiny will not be actualized in itself. We have to put in effort, and at the same time, we're also learning the limitations of this purpose. While we are meant to do certain things, we also are meant to not do certain other things. We are becoming self-aware and becoming aware of our role within the collective. And this is the Capricorn energy and archetype, is finding our role, our function within the collective, thereby embodying and expressing our truths, and in a way being of service to the collective. The second major energy shift occurring this week is Venus entering Sagittarius on Monday, the 7th of January. So this energy, after Venus having gone after and through all that underworld, all that transmutation in terms of with the friends, the relationships, having to completely detox and purge, and then having gone through a beautiful trine with North Node Cancer and Chiron Pisces, has been uplifted, spiritualized, and lightened up. Now we see it move into Sagittarius. What does this reflect? A deep need to discover and actualize personal truth in the form of a guiding philosophy of life in order to have a core sense of meaning and purpose. There is a restlessness that seeks perpetual expansion. This is Sagittarius energy. So there's a commitment to your personal growth and development. This vibration makes you feel connected to the energies that are at play in the universe. Now, this Venus-Sag energy, it must evolve. To evolve, it must learn that your truth is your truth. You have your perspective and your own truth, and sometimes Sag can be a little dogmatic. So with this transit, it's important to remember that your truth is your truth, your own, and that everybody else has their own truth from their own perspective. So while there are a lot of other aspects, I will just mainly point those two major aspects that I feel characterize this week, which is one about getting real self-aware about what we're up to in this life and taking some actions accordingly. Hey Cancer, so this is the second part of the forecast in which I contextualize the aspects as experienced from your perspective, at least based on my own intuitive reading. So Cancer, for this week, I don't see any major planets coming into your home sign, Cancer, but I do, and obviously we've been having this North Node in Cancer with this trine with Chiron in Pisces, and this has been a constant for at least a couple months now, and a couple months going forward. At a certain point I will get on writing something specific about the lunar nodes, but for now just know that this North Node is an evolutionary call of everyone to begin to take on these evolutionary lessons of Cancer, your evolutionary lessons, Cancer, which in your zodiac phase are and is to nurture the inner child and to become that maternal force and energy and role for ourselves. It is in every single way an embodiment of that nurturer, caregiver role for ourselves. Here, Cancer, here the soul learns to turn inward and to listen to these sensitivities and to these intuitions and sensations that we are sensitive to, and to nurture the self, to take care of the self, because only with doing that can we evolve into Leo, the next sign. This is why Leo is ruled by the sun and is in touch with its own divinity, uniqueness, and special purpose. Because in Cancer, the previous sign, we start listening to these sensations and subtleties and psychic feelings that we experience, and we start becoming centered in our own divinity. and distinguishing that essence between that and everything else in the outside world that we receive sensations and stimuli from. So this North Node in Cancer with Chiron, Pisces, trining it, is for you, Cancer, a supporting influence. This is a special time in which everybody is in a way almost like on the Cancer bandwagon. Like we're all on that same evolutionary lesson that your whole life is centered around. Again, nurturing your own inner ego, your own inner child, your own inner sensitive feminine side. That is something that we're all learning to do, to take a step back and nurture the self, to make sure that we're good before we can actually go ahead and take care of anybody else. So this energy is going strong into this week. I don't see any other major planets affecting you, Cancer, but of course we can look at the moon and just know that on, you can say like Thursday night on the 10th of January, the moon conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. This is the most, you can say, psychic, empathic combination, because the moon is the sensitivities, the psychic ability, the receptiveness. And Neptune is that cosmic frequency, that cosmic ocean, the unifying field of unconditional love and consciousness that connects and unifies all. These two connecting helps us gain access to, you can say, the subtle realms of the ether through our own sensitivity. In other words, this Thursday night might seem a little surreal. You might be feeling a lot more psychic than usual, and the veil is thin. And for somebody as empathic as you, Cancer, you'll probably be feeling that. So anyways, this was the second part of your forecast, Cancer, for the week of January 7th to the 13th. If you would like a more personalized reading where I can go more specific based on your own planetary natal positions, I am available for readings. I do have appointments available on my schedule. The link is in my bio to learn more and to schedule. And I hope you enjoyed this, Cancer. And if you did, please go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and like. If you would like to get these notifications of these weekly videos sent straight to you, go ahead and subscribe if you're into that. And I hope you have a great fucking week, Cancer. I'll see you next week. Peace out.